You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Shameless. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Shameless news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off, and the buzz continues.
Oh, it just kind of continues, just hanging on a cliff right there. Anyways, what's up, you guys? AfterBuzz, you are watching Shameless, the second season. Wow, it's crazy. Second season, second episode. This is called Summer Lovin', episode 2, like I said. Right here on AfterBuzzTV.com. First of all, can I say, like, that website is looking kind of nice right now.
It is looking nice. Yeah. Just got through a new makeover.
We have,
it's looking good.
Yeah, some of the great creative minds around here at AfterBuzz have stepped their game up, and it's a nice new website. Of course, you guys could always check us out on iTunes, Ustream, YouTube, and of course on the homepage as well. Yes, sir.
I have a real quick, starting tomorrow, no longer on Ustream.
Oh,
exclusively,
okay.
You want to watch this? Well, all the shows will still be there, but for any new content streaming live,
right,
it's exclusively going to be on AfterBuzzTV.com. We just want to make it simpler. The
Yes.
way we've gotten a lot of complaints, like I got to put a dash, a dot, the thing, the bomb.
It's really hard for people to
And
do that.
you know, it was funny for us because we were shameless. We were like, "Oh, you assholes, go and find us." And then we realized that's not really good for us.
Yeah.
It's not good. Not
No.
good for
So
us.
no shame. Let's
No-
make
no
it
shameless.
idiot-proof. That's what they say. Make it real easy. It's a cool site. Anyways, we definitely enjoy that. My name is Ronnie. I'm gonna be, talking about this show, and we got a great group of people. You were here all last season,
I was
right?
here last season. So if you've watched Shameless last season, you should be familiar with me. But my name is Curtis Taylor. And then
we're staring at this pretty girl.
I'm Michelle Macedo.
Yeah.
You also joined us last season for a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did for a few.
Yeah.
I'm definitely the newbie in this situation.
That's
Shameless.
true.
I have seen a little bit of season 1, but I'm like I was plugged in last week for the first episode, the premiere, and it was great. I don't know if you guys have
It
caught
delivered.
on.
I haven't
Well,
seen
it got me to the point where I'm like gonna watch every single episode. This is barely
Yeah.
episode 2. It's called Summer Lovin', and there's a lot of lovin' in the show, obviously.
Absolutely.
And it was one of those things. You guys could talk about the buzz because you guys were here at the beginning of season 1. And how much bigger is this show getting now that we're on season 2? Just from what you guys hear, research, see. I mean, what do you guys think?
Well, first of all, for me, the show started off with a major bang in the first place, and it seems like it's just gaining momentum. This particular episode, I didn't see the first episode. Me and Michelle, we didn't see the first episode, but I saw the first season, and it was amazing. The writing was on point. The actors are on point. It's just following up. It's basically following up like it did last year, and I'm excited to be a part of this year and see how the characters develop a little bit more.
And some of the characters that are the most interesting are those Gallagher kids. I mean, Fiona, of course, I always feel like we're going to get some kind of interesting storyline with her. What we're seeing now is she's basically got... Obviously, she does so much. She takes care of all the kids, and then she works the night job at the club.
And she tries to take care of / reverse the damage that Frank is
They all
always
do.
doing.
Every single one of the kids. And what's interesting about her, she has her best friend, Veronica, who lives next door, and they work at the club together. But she has this new friend. This is the girl that's played by Amy Smart. I believe she was in the season 1 a little, you were saying.
Yeah, Jasmine. It's Jasmine. She played a little bit in the last season towards the end. And now she's introduced herself to this season. She's a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
And how
Curtis,
did she come in last season?
Hold on. Curtis, you're probably going to agree with me this, right?
Okay.
Amy Smart, when she came in, it was like the last 2 or 3 episodes. I want to say 3.
Yeah.
And, where we've seen Veronica, and I said this kind of last episode, but I really, and I hope to solidify my point now, Veronica was the good angel on Fiona's shoulder, and now Amy's in the picture, and we know that V and Jasmine. Sorry, I keep referring to her as Amy.
Veronica and Jasmine.
Veronica and Jasmine, they're really now going to go at each other.
Yeah.
and now the influence of Fiona is going towards Jasmine. And that's going to be, in terms of an arc, that's going to be Fiona's arc. And obviously in there is the core of it is Steve, and her wanting a man and things like that.
Yeah.
And I like, for those of you who missed, I said this last time, but there was that nice special. I don't know how long it was, but it was Emmy Rossum talking about her character and things like that, and the guy she's going to meet in this season, which was very interesting. I only caught like 3 minutes of that, so I'm ashamed that I get to see the whole thing. But anyway, you guys should check it out too.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm sorry. The answer, Phil. No, I didn't see the arc in their relationships in this particular episode, but Ronnie was telling me about it, a little bit of it that happened the last episode. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen between Veronica and Jasmine and Fiona and Veronica.
Yeah, I mean, it's a situation of do you go with your kind of like your best friend, somebody you've been down with, or now this new girl, she brings in different influences. She clearly has a boyfriend, Jasmine does.
Yeah,
but she
you could
also,
call him that, right?
but well, no, she has a real boyfriend, and she has this guy who's an older man. I was just going to say that because they did make a mention of like, my boyfriend, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
No, she's got a boyfriend, but she's also got a older guy. So if you guys are watching, that was kind of interesting.
She's
I guess
got a client.
Yeah, client. That's a better word, that she has a client. Because
well, and I was going to ask you guys this because I was talking to Spicy Madi about this last week, how, we were talking about predictions. Is Fiona going to go to that direction of just, maybe making money by being with these guys? But I don't know if those kind of opportunities had presented themselves before, because it certainly looks like Fiona is maybe not necessarily looking for that, but it's coming to her. I mean, she sat down in this episode with the guy, and it was almost a Pretty Woman moment. I mean, it kind of, let's just talk. Or
I know.
What did you think of that?
Showing the picture of him as a kid. I know he was trying to like flirt with her a little
himself with her.
bit. Yeah.
Make himself comfortable in the relationship. I really don't see Fiona's, she seems like a very bright girl. And the Gallaghers, we know they're all very smart and they have a lot of street savvy. She just doesn't seem like the type that she's going to fall for this dude because he has, this particular amount of money and, he can take care of her. As you see through the episode of Fiona, she's saving money. She's doing her own thing. She represents what we like to call an independent woman. She has her own thing. She's, even though she's struggling, she'd rather struggle on her own than to depend on someone else. And then they own her. That seems the way, Fiona is going. So I don't see her latching on.
That's what's weird.
Character.
I mean, the actual thing that is being presented is, go with him. There's some money or whatnot. I mean, basically,
that's
like
a presentation. I mean, it is.
And there was a storyline like this sort of on 90210, which not as deep of a show at all, but where the girl she was supposed to entertain this gentleman, but then they actually like fell for each other. So in a way, they were hanging out, and he still was economically paying for her, but it wasn't a prostitution thing. So I'm wondering.
That's interesting.
Well, here's the thing. That's 90210.
I almost didn't want to mention it because I was like, we're going to. I shouldn't do CW comparison.
You brought it up. That's 90210.
I did.
And this is Shameless. Fiona. If you understand how Fiona is, and you know how her character goes. She's the type. She really does. She represents independent women who struggle, who say, you know what, I much rather struggle by myself than to depend upon somebody to take care of me.
Especially a man.
Exactly. Especially
in her life.
Yeah, in her life, exactly, and be controlled.
And that's what I think is going to be so interesting about this. I totally see Fiona as that. She's going to do what she has to do. She would never go down this road. However, if she strikes up a friendship with him, is that going to maybe be something? Or if Frank messes up again, I mean, really.
I think she might like push the limit. She's also saving up all this money, but because it keeps showing her saving up the money from her tips and stuff, I have a feeling someone's going to take it.
Yeah,
I was thinking too. Yeah.
That's like in
I don't
predictions,
think she's
but-
going to go with the money. Reason being is because Steve, who she was dating last year, she found out that he was from a wealthy family. It didn't deter her from treating him any differently. So I don't think money is one of those things. Where,
Curtis, if you remember, the big thing for him was that he was just paying her for her stuff. You know what I mean? It'd be like, hey, do you want this, baby? Do you want that?
Yeah.
Whereas now, like, I don't think Fiona's beyond. As long as there's some work involved, she's willing to work for the money, but she doesn't want to be handed the money.
Absolutely.
And so, even as shameless as the job may be, as long as there's money involved
still
and
a
she knows she
job.
worked for it, she'll take that.
yeah, but I don't see her sleeping with this Richard character.
What if they become
the
friends?
thing
That's
about
my
an
question.
escort service is what I've heard.
Yeah. is you don't have to.
Speaking on the entire industry.
Yeah, exactly. No,
what I've
I have
heard.
no connection with that industry at all. But
Answer the phone in the middle of this.
but
Got nice new jewelry over there.
Yeah,
Totally
right?
kidding, iTunes people.
Totally a joke. Yes, totally a joke. But I've heard that each person can like set their limits
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
But the thing is, once the line is blurry, it's that once you go so far, then it's like, oh well, what's the harm in doing this? What's the harm in doing that? And I think she might get trapped into that just because she has to take care of so many people.
I guess we'll see that. I don't see it. But I guess that's
Well, I
what-
agree with what
that's
you're
we
saying.
feel,
At the
so.
very least, we're going to see somebody with a great character. Like you said, she is not that type of person. But she is the same person that is responsible for so many
Yeah,
people.
so
And
much
I don't know.
pressure.
Like, we don't, I mean, women that have to get in this situation, they may be the sweetest human beings in the world, great morals, but, you know, the economics do play an impact. I mean, for me, I'm just like not passing judgment on
Yeah,
nobody. And I
yeah.
think that's what's going to make this show and Fiona's character so good this season because we are going to watch, and whether she
Absolutely.
does it or doesn't,
she does it or
we're going to be like on the edge of our seats trying to see what,
Yeah, that's true.
what she's going to do. Let's talk about the kids, the Gallagher kids.
Oh my god.
Very funny. There was one scene we'll talk about. They're just all crazy. So you have Debbie, who's young, and she's, oh God, what, 7, 8 years old? But she
probably like she's got to be a little bit older than Carl. I
Then,
would say.
then
Yeah.
Carl
probably
is
about
10, so then she's like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
I believe. 11, 12.
there is a scene where they're at the kitchen table, and the Gallagher's kitchen conversation goes a little something.
right.
Do you remember? Do you know which part I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
it's not masturbating if nothing comes out. That whole conversation.
Okay, and that was all derived by Frank decided he was going to, and this was after Fiona had a long night. She was probably dealing with everything she was
Oh,
dealing with.
yeah.
She goes home, deals with so much, and she goes into her bed, and there's a strange person in her
There's
bed.
a Chinese lady that's pregnant. Let's call
She's
it
like,
what it
"Bah!"
is. There's a Chinese lady
Screaming.
that's pregnant in her bed who is staying there, you know, to have a baby in America. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
because we all go through that. We all,
Exactly.
we all,
Exactly. Well,
yeah.
Carl says, "Are we gonna have a brother that looks like Jet Li?"
I know that's
Yeah.
Originally,
You know, it's funny how they cross, like they deal with the, you know, the racism, the racial things,
Yeah.
and then they go, but it's so you can swallow it, like
Right.
the things
Yeah.
that they talk about you can swallow.
Yeah.
And I just love, I mean, I love Shameless. I'm not gonna lie about it. I really do. I
Everyone
love
here
it.
at this table, we all definitely
Yeah,
love
I think
Shameless. And
that's-
again, whether you were on season 1, season 2, like I know I'm gonna spend like hours going back to season 1.
You have to.
The reason, so Debbie comes downstairs and she's like, "Well, I don't understand. Why do I gotta?" They're all moving rooms around, and it was because Frank decides to make more money off this girl. You know, this Asian
this
pregnant.
Asian.
Yeah, so he rents out
She's
Fiona's
from
room.
China.
Yeah, from China, and he wants to, you know, I guess he said he found her by the trash can.
Well, he was emptying his
yeah,
stomach.
while he was emptying his stomach. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a lot that was going on with Frank too. He, and I thought this was like such a big part. Dottie, we got introduced to today, and she.
Well, let's deal with the kids first, because I really, because I know we're gonna get into Frank and
Liam,
Dottie.
the baby.
Yeah, let's do it.
Masturbating.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you want to go back? You want to go back
Oh,
to
yeah, we
a
have
to a
deal
baby
with that.
masturbation
We have to do-
story?
and then
Okay,
we have
go
to talk
go.
about Carl, because I
good.
think Carl's the man. But go ahead. We'll talk about Liam.
I
We'll
was
talk
just,
about Carl.
yeah.
Okay, but the thing is, what's interesting about Carl?
That's all I needed to say.
I think Carl's my favorite.
Gallagher?
Yeah, he's my favorite. Gallagher.
Is he really?
Yeah, because he has that. He's this cool.
He's a little gangster.
Yeah, a little
Gangster,
cool
that's
kind
what
of. He has the mind of a genius, and he has this rogueness of a killer. You know,
Yeah.
so. I really like how he carries himself, and you know the fact that he gets into Fiona's diary journal
And reads
starts
it
to
to
read
the kids.
All the
every time.
kids with the babysitting.
And then there's got to be a serious thing about him that's going to come up in this season. I'm already knowing, because he's trying to find his own way. About him finding his own room and having his own personal space. It seems as if that the Gallagher home is getting too full for him, and he really wants to find his own way and find his own identity within the Gallagher clan.
Oh yeah, because they all the guys had to go to one room, and he was
Yeah.
like, "I am not
He said,
dealing
"I'm
with."
not
So he
doing
went to
that."
go live. He wanted to put his bed under
In the basement or
all kinds of different
something.
places.
up
yeah.
under the stairs, and it went from under the stairs to outside up under the house, and
Yeah.
then now
Fiona
from-
says he could live in the van.
he could live in a van.
Like
He's like,
camping.
cool, just like camping is perfect.
And then he kind of challenged his dad at one point when they were outside, and that was like became a very funny conversation as
Yeah,
well.
funny is not
Funny,
the word.
yeah.
Interesting,
funny.
yeah. Well, because he was a little badass, like you say, and then Frank was
You're lucky I didn't squirt you out on your mother's neck.
where you belong.
Like really, where you belong? And then he's
And
just,
I
I'm
think
just kidding.
And I went up inside of her
instead,
and
like,
made you all this awful.
how do you expect for a kid to be sound after saying something like that?
He's,
Well, when you see
this kid is
Yeah, he's so messed up.
Well, like
So
you said,
messed up.
he's the little Unabomber in the making or whatever. And when you think of that, you're like, oh, why is he so crazy? And then you hear
that.
you know that was not the first time he had to deal with something like
Yeah,
that. But
exactly.
it stopped him in his tracks, though. He was like,
it's like, wow, really?
He became a kid again because no kid is supposed to hear
You're not
that.
supposed to hear that
That's
from
why
Yeah.
your father.
this show is so shameless.
that,
in that way.
really
exactly,
is.
exactly. Like who
really
would
is.
say that? And the fact that he stopped him in the middle of the street
Yeah.
and said that. I mean, Frank is just beyond shameless, I think, and he's just all over the
crazy.
place, messing up everything.
And then we don't really have this as a topic, but Ian, I'm noticing, because Cameron's, he's one of my friends, one of my Facebook friends,
And he's the one that showed up on this show last year.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Cameron
Okay.
Monham. Yeah, he's Ian on Shameless. And he came in and he was this little skinny little kid.
I know he was so much smaller.
Yeah, he's so much smaller. Now I'm looking at Shameless and I'm seeing this guy and he's
Worked out.
He's working out. He's kind of
grown
like,
up, yeah.
Yeah, he's looking like he should have been on what's the movie?
Which one?
The werewolf movie.
Oh,
the-
he's
Twilight.
he's a
Yeah, he's starting
Twilight.
to
He's
look
a teen wolf kind
yeah,
of
he
kid
looks
now.
like Taylor, what's that?
Taylor Lautner.
Yeah, Taylor Lautner. He's starting to turn into
Curtis,
a
you're so you're like Taylor, whatever his
he's
name is.
starting to look like that.
Right, okay.
And I was wondering, I was like, wow, boy, this guy's really working out. So big shouts out to Cameron for working out and getting stronger. And I see that he's going to be joining the army, which
Yes.
deals on another topic, which is it's I always see things a little differently than most. And it's talking about Cameron's he's open, he's gay. And then it deals on the gay in the military
Yeah.
and how we feel
You're saying
about
the
that.
actor or the character?
Well,
You're saying
yeah, the
Ian.
actor
You're saying
Ian. I'm sorry, the
Yeah.
Ian. I don't know Karen. Ian. He's gay, and it deals with gays in the military and stuff.
Right.
And so it brings up a whole other issue that's going to be dealt with. And Shameless always has all these different things where they straddle the fence on a lot of issues
To get people to talk about it, if
to
anything.
get people
yeah.
to talk about them, and that's one of those things that it's going to be one of those things where you talk about.
And he's really like a smart kid too in the show. So people are gonna give him a little resistance. Like even Mickey's now back in the picture. They were in the
Bending
picture.
him over.
They were
and
in the picture
doing
twice
him.
twice in a matter of minutes. So
I know, really.
Oh yeah.
But even him, he's like, no, that's he kind of doesn't. No one knows why he wants to go to this military. Like they don't really support it. I mean, Lip kind of said the same thing last episode too.
Yeah, my personal perspective is I think Ian wants to go to the military because he wants to get out of that home and get out of the situation.
The military to
But
a
can
lot
he
of
go to
people,
s-
I think,
Yeah,
is
it's
the
an
best
escape.
option.
Yeah, it's an escape.
He can't go to school. I mean, his brother goes to school, and I mean,
Well, financially, you got to understand the Gallaghers.
Yeah.
They're saving up money to try to find a house. Well, Fiona's saving the money to try to find a better life. Lip, he's a genius, so that that pretty much writes his own ticket.
Right.
Cameron's trying to find his own way, and his ticket in his mind is the military.
Right.
I see where that's going. Like I said, it's just gonna have a whole issue of as far as gays in the military, and Cameron's an open, like he's, him and Mickey, they go at it hard, like really hard.
So we saw.
Yeah, they go at it really hard.
They
So
do.
it's gonna be kind of one of those things that.
I have
That's
a
something
feeling
you
it's
can't
gonna get more
hide.
intense.
Yeah, it's gonna get even more intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much sex
aggressive.
as Showtime shows, like that
Yeah.
was probably just a little bit. I
Yeah,
mean, even
it
last episode, Fiona's character. I mean, just like everybody, just
Yeah.
everyone gets naked. Everyone.
Yeah.
Lip had Karen.
Oh yeah, Lip
you know.
and Karen.
Yeah.
There was Karen and Lip, so yeah, there was Karen and how many? It was
They had
everybody. It was Karen and Lip.
Uh-huh.
It was Ian and Mickey. It was the old couple, right? Wasn't there?
Oh yeah,
Wasn't there a
I
little
think
oral
something was
situation
going
going?
on there.
Yeah, with the
the old
popsicle.
couple, Harry and someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the elder lady. Well, she was
Gertrude.
actually sucking on a popsicle pretty
Pretty.
good.
With a
Hey,
lot
let
of
me ask you
force.
something. This is a little sidebar. Hey, Phil, I know you had a crush on Karen's character last year. Do you still feel the same?
She's back. She's back to her normal look.
So you're loving
So
it. eh?
you
What's
feel the
little
same?
molester, you.
What are you talking? The
She's
actress
probably
is 22 years
26.
old.
Hey, but on the character.
Oh, but
the
okay, we're
character-
not talking about the actress.
No.
Well, she was
See, that's the
she
whole
was
thing.
naked on this episode, so
but
just
we were talking about she was a 16-year-old.
Please, that was the first time she was naked. Come on, Ronnie.
She
I
was
know.
16.
She got you a pecker up there,
I
but
see
whatever.
that. He's spilling it. I mean, he's like drooling. Like
I did spill on
Yeah,
it.
he's
Oh my
drooling.
God.
but that was an accident.
Yeah, but Phil, so aside the fact that in real life she's a 22-year-old actress, you were digging the character herself. He's like, wow, she's really hot, and and you were getting hot and bothered, and we dealt with that. And now you're trying to put it in perspective and say she's 22.
I mean, I think we know Lip's name is shortened from Philip, so it might be a Philip kind of thing for Karen. And no, and I love how the show
Stretch.
deals with that. Lip himself knows how messed up Karen is, right? And like you joke about it, and I know how much messed up Karen is too. But I think that's the whole struggle of.
That's what makes her sexy. Yeah.
No, I'm speaking from Lip's perspective. That's what just.
Speak from Philip's perspective.
no. You see how he stumbles over there? Yeah,
At least I'm not spilling water like Ronnie Jr.
Yeah, exactly.
I did.
We know Ronnie.
I know he's gonna short circuit some things.
It's okay.
No, but
It was a
I feel
mistake.
like in the case of Lip, it's his first love, and so that's why he's going after her, and he can't forget her no matter what. I mean,
That's not
she
what
slept with his
yeah.
dad, and that's a public thing, like because it was on the internet and for everyone to see. And so having that knowledge and yet still having that love, I guess love is just crazy.
Is it
There you
love
go.
or is it what you have for her?
You know what's interesting? What's interesting is, Phil, he should run for office. I mean, you see the way he danced over that question.
Interesting.
He danced over that question very well.
Yeah, which just makes him more
Guilty. Absolutely.
Just makes the
But
answer
in
more
his defense, if
obvious.
she's 22, that's okay to think, right?
We just had to deal with that. Unnecessary. We just had to deal with. I just had to ask that question so we can go back to the topic again. At hand.
Well, the topic is Karen and Lip.
Yeah, it's Karen and Lip, so we can get back to it. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting situation.
The dynamic. Yeah, she had a quote where because Lip kept asking about
Oh
Karen's.
yeah, I wrote that one
Did
down.
you read the quote? Because this was just
Phil, this is a good one for you.
this is just what Shameless is about because they're getting it on. And
Stop talking about my boyfriend and fuck me.
That's Shameless. If you haven't watched it yet, like
Shameless. Well, of course they watched it because they're listening to us.
I'm just saying.
sure
like,
they
I'm
watched
just saying
it.
the newer people,
Oh, yeah, the
or
new-
just
last
like
year and
the
stuff like that.
doubters or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
this show is insane. It
No,
really,
it's a roller coaster ride for sure. For sure.
Or if you're catching us randomly and because
Yeah.
you're on the website, just hey, Shameless is a good show.
Shameless is
That's
a
a quick
good
plug
show.
for you.
and it's a shameless plug. Boom. Okay, are we ready to talk about Frank and Dottie, or what do you guys want to jump into? Because that obviously was something kind of big. This episode. Frank, last week he got into trouble with the $10,000 thing was an issue. The kids bailed him out. This week, I guess he's trying to make more money, and he finds a woman who.
This is
He's
like you
dying
said,
of a heart
Ronnie.
transplant.
This is Shameless, but this is Shameless beyond Shameless.
Yeah,
Like, who does
is
this? Yeah.
Shameless on crack.
And what's
Yeah,
funny about what Frank does, like, I guess everyone else, what they do for money or whatever is because they're just trying to make a living or whatever. Frank just does weird stuff just because. I mean, is he off a little bit?
So
or-
what is he doing? Bring it up. Bring the viewer up to speed. What's happening?
Well,
with Frank and
we
Dottie?
meet Dottie, and Dottie needs a heart transplant. And
she has a beeper on her waiting to hear about a heart.
yeah, and we were wondering, all three of us were wondering, like, why is Frank keep going over?
what's the
Why is he
connection?
going
What's
over
the
there? What's he helping with? But supposedly she needs a heart transplant. But if she does pass away, there's some type of
Well, if they have sex, then she
That's
dies.
what we found out. We
well,
found out
that's what
that.
made it even
Right.
juicier,
Yeah,
worse,
that's what made it-
disgusting. However you want to
Worse.
say.
But the whole thing is that we wanted to know the connection. What's this lady?
Why does he keep going over there? Yeah.
Why does he keep going over doing favors for her when he doesn't do any favors for Sheila or his kids? And Frank, with Frank, everything is money. So we're trying to find the trace.
Yeah.
And then we found out that she has money, and if she dies, then he could possibly get the money. Look at
Yeah.
your eyes are getting big. You didn't pick that up, did
Yo,
you?
we talked about it.
didn't
Me
pick
and
it
Oh
up?
him.
yeah, I
Oh,
knew.
her
I
eyes
was
got
just
like
thinking
quarters,
it
like-
over.
But
again.
but jump into that last
just
part.
thinking
Yeah,
how
that is what
awful
made
it
it
is.
even worse.
So then he stands to earn a lot of money because of that. Well, he kept trying to find different angles and to trying to get into her life, and then he saw her naked. And when he saw her naked, then he was like, "Wow, this might not hurt." it
not
might be
really
kinda
glimpsed.
easy.
He was looking through her
Yeah.
bathroom
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
key.
he's like, this
What's it
might
called?
not be such of a
Keyhole.
stretch
The
to sleep
keyhole.
with this girl. Because at first he was thinking like, I'm taking one for the team type of thing, and then he looked.
You think he was? He
Yeah,
was
I think
thinking
I
that?
thought he
think
was
that was
into her.
I
Oh.
didn't think he was into her
all?
until he peeped through the peephole when he saw her naked. He was like, "Doggone it! Like this body is like
So,
great."
but all of that effort.
Well, I think the effort was more so about the money per se, and him thinking, okay, I'm going to just, it's going to hurt, but I'm going to take one for the team because I want to get paid. And then he looked into the thing and he saw her body like that, and he was like, wow, even though
know.
I'm going to take one for the team, it's not going to be so bad after all.
I don't know if I could give him that much credit for the taking one for the team thing.
Well,
though.
but what I'm saying is take one for the
Yeah.
team, meaning that
He's on Team Frank.
yeah, exactly, Team Frank. That he's
not
more so
team
saying,
get his socks
you know
knocked
what,
off,
like he's like, I don't really want to do this because it's gonna be, a stretch to do it, the act, just to make her fall in love with him. But once he saw her in the, through the peephole and saw her body, and he was like, wow, this actually be a good thing for me if
Yeah.
I sleep with her. Because instantly, you notice when she came out, instantly he just attacked her. It's, I want you,
Yeah.
I want you. And then that's when the story took an even major twist.
This is the
when,
word- this was- yeah.
Yeah, when he realized, well, she explained to him, hey, if you have sex with me, then I'm going to die because my heart can't take it. Then he's like, he had that aha moment. Like, aha, this is
So basically, yeah.
this will be my window, and this is what I can do to not only will I enjoy some good sex, but then I can put her into her life, and then I can really reap the benefits of
So basically, he found the girl. She needs a heart transplant. If she dies, he could possibly stand to get money. And then his mind is set on kind of helping her the whole time. And then his mind goes off base for just a minute because he's like, oh, okay, I'm kind of into her. Oh wow, her body's okay.
Yeah.
Boom, let's
Yeah.
have sex. And it's still wrapped around because she goes, well, I can't because my heart, and if I do this, I might die. And then it was back to money. What the heck is
Wow, he's
William H.
so
Macy's has the best
aggressive.
acting
I
role
know.
ever.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
aggressive.
to have to
He's-
do that
he's
is
really
like.
aggressive.
Especially with all the other parts he's ever played,
Yeah.
like this is just so amazing for him. I'm
Yeah,
glad
it's-
that we get to
it's
see him
amazing.
play.
I actually heard when he auditioned for the role, and then when it came down to him, he said, if you don't give me the part, then I'm going to kill everyone in here. And when he said that to the casting, no, he
Oh,
said
okay.
said it to the casting. This is a side thing because
Yeah.
I worked on Shameless and stuff like that. But that was the thing that got him over the top as far as getting that role, because they were like, wow, this is Frank.
So because he said he would
That was
kill
Shameless.
everyone,
That
and
was Shameless.
He needed something like
that
that.
was
to,
shameless.
Yeah, it was Shameless. It's like a shameless thing to say, hey, if you don't give me this job,
Yeah.
I'm going to kill everyone. He didn't mean it naturally, but it just came out. And they were like, wow, this is the perfect person
Yeah.
to get, to actually become Frank.
I wonder who were the other people in contention because you know how when
Yeah,
somebody
I
gets
know.
casted,
Yeah.
you're
I
like, it's got to be him.
Yeah, I wonder who.
But I wonder if there were other names that we knew, or were they
I'm
looking
sure.
at
Yeah. It's amazing.
Everyone seems so perfectly casted
I
in the
know.
show.
Yeah,
I can't
it's
imagine
it's
it.
amazing. Like the show is amazing to me and how it's cast and who plays what. And it seems like there could be no one else that could fill aside the fact that Fiona could have a sister, a little hot, sexy little sister.
So
like a
true.
cousin.
named Michelle.
Yeah.
We
said that. We did say that today.
So other than that,
That's true. That's
it.
true.
She needs a sister to walk in the door.
Thanks.
Wouldn't
Thank
you die to play a role on this?
yeah.
What
She
character would you want?
definitely-
What would you want? You'd be like a cousin or
Some illegitimate.
you look close to Fiona. Like you look like you
Well,
could be her cousin.
thank you.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Thank you.
Very easily.
Yeah,
Like
I
see
would
her
play
naked.
any part.
I like to see her naked.
I know the thing you do that show. You end up.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
You'll
right.
end up with the scene. that's-
Yeah.
Don't be shocked because in that show everyone gets naked. Huh?
Well, if it's for that show, that's a different a different
It's for that show.
a different story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that pretty much wraps up that first little part of the
Yeah.
show. I mean, what you guys? It was just
No, it's great.
good. Episode 2. Are we getting picking up speed? I think so. I watched episode 1.
I'm gonna go back and watch everything.
And I think it's just gonna get bigger and bigger every single episode. Can we do a commercial break right now? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think
let's do it.
I think I need a break because I need to imagine Michelle on this thing naked.
Oh, rest on that.
Let's go to commercial.
AFTERBUZZ TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Shameless.
I know. Just like a girl.
Season 2, episode 2, Summer Loving. We are recapping the show, AfterBuzzTV.com. Make sure you tweet us and everything, please.
Oh, yeah.
At AfterBuzzTV. Add us on Facebook. You know, communicate with all the Shameless fans. Tell them you want to be in on the conversation, all that good stuff.
And if you too like to see Michelle naked, you know, you can go ahead and
we're still on
tweet.
that.
Interesting.
You can tweet in because I imagined it and it was perfect. It was totally shameless.
Is that what you did during the commercial?
Absolutely, that's
you were
right.
thinking about Michelle?
Yeah,
What
it
were
was
you
totally
thinking
shameless.
about? Were you thinking about getting naked on the show? Were you getting that vibe? Or were you worrying about blonde girls? Or what was
Yeah,
happening?
I was worrying about blonde girls.
If
That's
more
what we
people want to
talked
see you
about.
naked, Michelle, how can they put on your music? Right, you have
Yeah,
music.
Can they-
I was like,
You have music and you have Twitter.
I was like, is there a
Plug
picture
it.
There's
circulating?
nothing to do with a lack of clothes, but yes, I have music. You can follow me on Twitter at Macedo Music.
Which, by the way, so Curtis and the rest of the fans download her music, and then you'll be with Michelle.
So
all
what
the
is
time.
it? What
Am
is
I
it?
not allowed to download her
hold on,
music?
Hold on,
Can I-
hold on.
You're allowed.
Let's pause for this. How do we find Michelle's music?
You can go on iTunes. You can go on Amazon. You can go on Pandora and create a station.
Okay.
Macedo, Macedo, for Pandora and Spotify. Just look up Michelle Macedo, and I'll be there waiting for you.
Does it have your picture on there too?
Yeah, it does.
See, her picture's there and her music's there. And
By the way, pretty shameless picture, if you ask me.
really? Oh wow! So I can't wait to see it. I will be downloading tonight.
Well, now everyone has to go and see.
Here we go.
Cool. Can we talk about anybody else
Well,
naked?
Ronnie, where can we find you? If fans want to see you naked, where can they tweet you?
Oh, hopefully they don't want to see that. It's at Ronnie Jr. Media. I'm definitely not as
if
hot
you
as
do-
Michelle, but yeah.
And we're very different types.
Yeah, yeah.
Different body
Yeah,
types.
yeah. No naked pictures of me, I don't think. Anyhow.
That we know of.
That I know of, exactly. Yeah, cool. And do you have a Twitter too?
Yeah,
You're a
Chris.
Facebook
I don't do
mostly
Twitter,
guy.
yeah. I do
Oh,
Twitter
where do we
thing,
see you naked?
They just call me. You know, they don't see me naked. Just call the show.
number.
Just call the show and say I like to see Curtis naked, and then Phil hook him up with the number.
424-256-1729.
Absolutely. You want to see me naked? You just place that call, and I'll
There
get
you
totally
go.
unshameless and shameless.
And with that, it's time for some shameless
AfterBuzz TV News.
news and gossip. All right, let me
Bring it, man.
Here we go. Let me just pull this up. All right. So, Shameless Star spills Season 2 secrets. At first glance, Lip Gallagher, played by Jeremy Allen White, is just your average punk. He's a scamming, chain-smoking, horny teenager who takes after his deadbeat alcoholic dad, Frank. But he spills. It's incredibly. This is what he says. It's incredibly frustrating for Lip because he's done so much for the family, and the first time he asks for any help in return, the family comes up somewhat empty-handed. He goes on to say, I think that there's a great sense of betrayal that Lip feels halfway through the season, so that's a quick spoiler alert for you. And by the way, also, thanks to Emmy Rossum, I now know that Jeremy Allen White does not have a Twitter account either. So
See?
you can't tweet him. And apparently, William H. Macy is a spokesperson for drunks. While he may not be a drunk, he plays one on TV, obviously. And let's see. He says, he said on The Talk, which is on CBS. Sorry, guys, I sound really retarded because I'm trying to read this sideways and halfway and all that. Macy extolled some of his character's other unique virtues. He says he's got a great sense of humor. He works hard. He works really hard at drinking. He's a con artist, but he works hard at it. I don't know. I just love the guy. So, So yeah, what are your thoughts on the news of that? Or
Well, it
just-
kind of ties into what I said as far as his audition. I mean, he's that kind of guy. He's straightforward. He comes out. He says what's on his mind.
Yeah.
And he executes it.
I
He means well. He
Yeah.
means well when he says stuff, but
I like to see the interviews with the cast members just to get their real personality, see how much it
Yeah.
ties in, or just where their mindset is and the questions that like the interviewers are asking. I'll definitely go on YouTube and start looking at those
Yeah, I'm gonna
because
look that too.
I don't know much about William H. Macy as far as like his personal, like how he acts, how he conducts himself in an interview.
Yeah.
But he is nailing the role. It's so cool. He's like sweaty in every
Oh
shot.
yeah,
and,
that's gross.
it
that is
really
like what
is,
he
isn't
and
wears.
he takes off his shirt to like seduce her or something,
he's like,
yeah.
and waits at her door. That would horrify
Yeah,
me.
I know. With
And then
all
you,
this-
and then
Imagine.
you didn't like her teeth. Her teeth were really.
What's up with her teeth?
Looking, yeah.
Is she an addict? Or they were all like black.
Well, it was just matching the show, really. I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
really.
I mean,
She's
there was
just that dirty.
what'd you call
she
it?
was sweating
oh, they
too.
said
like,
fat dirty.
She was really sweating
That
as well.
dirty, yeah.
Yeah, she
That's
was,
what I'm saying. Like
Oh,
that's
like-
how they get into these characters. Like right before they go to shoot, like they gotta look sweaty. They gotta look
Yeah, she's like really sweaty and
She looked like really
her teeth
dirty.
look rotten.
drunk,
and
druggish.
I want to say, I don't know. I don't know if it has anything to do with her heart or anything. But
Yeah, maybe.
maybe I couldn't imagine her always having this heart problem. Maybe it was due to the fact that she did a lot of
obviously,
drugs.
yeah, she
Did a lot of
said that
drugs.
she didn't take exactly like the best care of herself. So
There you go. There you go.
I was just
And,
like,
you just
get a
answered your own
toothbrush.
question.
And so that's your AfterBuzz TV news and gossip for the week of January 15th, 2012, biatches.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not just any year.
And he did.
So now he's a gangster.
He's like the little kid.
Yeah. Oh God, I hope not.
He's Carl.
Oh,
Predictions, huh? We're already at predictions. That's a short show.
yeah. We're trying to cut anything.
Streamline
Yeah,
everything.
cut anything short just to have more content. And so if we miss something, fans can tweet us about it or
Absolutely.
message us. So then we talk about what they
Right
want to
on
talk about too.
our chat page. Yeah, just be all contacted
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah,
What do you think's
exactly.
gonna happen next episode?
Oh, they showed a little
They
bit.
did show a little preview. Yeah.
But what do you think's gonna happen?
Okay, well, that guy is gonna ask Karen to marry.
That's not. You saw that. What do you think's gonna happen? What's your
Oh,
prediction?
okay. I think someone's gonna steal that money.
Okay, there we go. She thinks someone's. gonna
Oh, okay, yeah, that'll happen. Lip is gonna go crazy because that is what we saw. You were mentioning earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing we
He's
see
gonna go crazy.
is because even when Lip and Karen were together, there was talks of like, okay, well, when you're done with that guy, like,
Yeah.
come on, come
Call
on back,
me when
because
he
Lip is
leaves.
always, as Phil was saying, Lip is always down for Karen. So Lip was outside, saw them together. And he got really, like, he was going to get bugged out and go do something.
He
So.
ran really fast too.
Yeah,
And that was just the end of the episode. That's how we saw him leave. So, yeah, I want to know what he's going to do. And if he does anything stupid, that'll be interesting. I still will have to strongly think that, as we talked about a lot earlier, and I'll just keep bringing it up, because I do feel like Fiona is going to be so heavily propositioned to be around that guy who could financially give her
I know.
something, and it's not the prostitution thing now, or whatever they want to call it, escort or just whatever. It's the idea that this guy could give her a new life, and
Yeah.
they're becoming cool. Like I said, a very Pretty Woman almost vibe in a way. Like I just feel like that's not going to die out.
Let me ask this. I'm going to throw out this question because I don't want to forget it. But this is my second one. When will Steve come back? But my first one
Yeah.
Write this
is this.
down.
Do you feel like Fiona thinks that she missed an opportunity with Steve, and now she's almost like, this is a second chance for me, and she will go with this guy?
Not if she
because
was
of
so
that.
down with Steve to begin with. If she was so down with him and she let him go, that was just a situation in itself. I'm saying the only reason that if this does happen, it would be like you kind of hinted on it too. Like it's just she has to do it. Like I turn left, I go right. I have nothing, and now the only thing that is coming
It
to me
looks pretty good.
is this guy who's throwing money at me. Yeah, we're dancing a fine line if I'm doing what my friend Jasmine's doing, because Jasmine clearly is doing it because
Yeah.
she has a boyfriend. And then we know that in this season, Fiona is definitely going to be more sexually active because we saw in the season preview, and she's just really having a lot of fun this season. So
I see her as being propositioned a lot more. I just don't see that this is the particular guy that's going to catch her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It may be an eye opener. It may be one of those things where it wets her whistle, but I don't see him as being that guy. I see that she may be able to resist this particular temptation, but there may be other ones that's going to happen.
Because she's gonna hang out with Jasmine, and Jasmine is
Yeah.
gonna be the. Oh,
Bring
what about the
guys.
prediction of like Jasmine and the other friend? What kind of beef are they gonna get?
Veronica.
Because
See, I didn't see a
Veronica.
beef. I didn't see a beef in this particular
But,
one.
well, okay, it
But
didn't
what
have to
I
be
did
now.
What I did see is that Veronica is feeling a little guilty about Harry, I believe his name was Harry.
Oh, the old
yeah,
man
Harry, he
who
died,
died.
on her watch, basically.
There was a lot of the old people
Right at the end of
situation.
it.
What? Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of just snuck
so
up. on the
I
show.
do feel like she's going to be drawn into possibly.
Do we know if she got fired?
No, she didn't get fired because you can't. They're not going to tie that into her. But I feel that possibly that she either going to
'Cause
do
he
one
was
or two
running and
things. One or
stuff.
two things. She's going to stop doing those kind of things for them, and she said, you know what, I'm just going to stick to the script, or she's going to open up their life and say, you know what, if you're going to die, you might as well die doing what you want to do.
Oh,
I'm
so
going
it changed her regardless.
Yeah, it's going to change her regardless. I think my personal prediction
That's
is that
good.
Veronica's going to take the lady's trinket. She's going to sell it. She's going to get the money, and she's going to take them and allow them to live like they wanted to live. Because when Harold died, when he died, I was thinking, wow, that's how. If I'm going to go out, I want to go out, having a great time. I don't want to be, I don't want to die in an old folks' home or die in a situation where I'm trying to live
Yeah.
or trying to stay alive and then die.
barely,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's my prediction.
Oh,
So we will see.
that music means goodbye.
That
oh yeah,
is,
that's the music.
true.
That's the you say Curtis stop talking music. So.
All right, so that's it, you guys. Shameless, episode 2, Summer Lovin'. We'll be back next week with more of a panel. And
Yeah. By the way, I won't be here next Sunday, but I
Oh,
will return.
no!
I will return. I'll return. But I'll be here the next week. So
And I believe Tom's going to rejoin us. Tom was away filming, so he'll be back next week too.
yeah. So okay, doke. We look forward to seeing you guys next week.
See you next week.
bye.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.